Saludos programas and welcome. I am Adolfo the Nerdy Puerto Rican. Welcome to my live stream. Tonight's live stream, we will be doing some stuff. Tonight, I am so sorry. Okay, so first off, this is, yes. So first off, I wrote notes so that I wouldn't flounder, and I am floundering, which is very comical, but that's beside the point. All right, we're going to try this, see if this works. Okay, so I got some new RCs, so I'm going to show them off. I'm going to talk about them a little bit. The first RC that I'm going to show off is my new Element Enduro Trail Runner, which I picked up this past week. Then we're going to do a What's in the Box? What's in the box? I got another mini crawler, which is the Element Enduro 24 Sendero, which we're going to open up here and take a look at it. I've never seen it. I just saw a picture of it. Thought it looked cool. And we'll talk about that more. And then after that, we're going to go under the hood. We are going to go under the hood. Hang on one second. There's a super weird noise. I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe it's coming from here. Okay, we're just going to do this. And we're going to do this. Maybe that'll stop it. Weird. It wouldn't be live without technical difficulties. Of course. Okay. It's cool. Whatever. So then we're going to go under the hood. Earlier today I took my Armageddon out. It rained. I wanted it to get a little muddy. And I think my pinion gear came loose, so we're going to pop it open. I'm going to show y'all how we do that, so that because I'm still beginner to the RC hobby, so I thought it'd be fun if we all learn together while I take this voyage. And then I am going to pull out my Axial SCX24 Base Camp again. I'm going to show some upgrades that I finally got done. I know I floundered in the last live with these upgrades, but they should stick this time. So, and most importantly, we're going to try to switch the engine on it from the brush to the brushless. I'll explain all that as we move on. So, let's get to the setup. Again, quick reminder to everyone that all of this is not sponsored at all. I bought everything with my own $1 bucks, so all these, no one's paying me to say nothing. So, and again, if that weird tinny noise is coming through, I apologize. I gotta troubleshoot that. I don't know where it's coming from, and right now I don't have enough brain space to try to figure it out. But at any rate, so my this past week, I picked up two new RCs. I picked up an Element Enduro Trail Runner, which we are going to bring out right now. And really quick, this backdrop here this whole thing going on here, right? Oh man, my camera is frozen. Hang on one second. Hang on one second. Ay, Chihuahua. Maybe that's why. Hang on. It just took me this long to realize that my camera's frozen. Huh. How to... Okay, bear with me 1 second. I have to redo this. I apologize, everyone. Nope. Sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Okay. So we're just gonna remove this. Add video. No. That's right. Okay. Properties. Damn it. Sorry, everybody. Okay, we're gonna remove that. I got this. I got this. I am so sorry. I thought I had all this figured out, and I didn't. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. And then we should be good. Yep. Whew. So sorry about that. If you ever wanted to see with the magic of live streaming, there you go. It was in real time. I hope seeing me have an anxiety attack was as entertaining for you as it was for me. Alright. And I think that's also where the tingy was. It was. Woohoo! Alright. So we figured all that out. Okay. Element Enduro Trail Runner. Let's get to it. Boom. Oh, yeah. So this, really quick, this backdrop. This is actually the inside of the box that the Element Enduro came in, which is bloody genius, if you ask me, on the part of Associated Electronics, the company that makes Element and this truck. They did, yeah. It's really cool. I wanted to integrate it into the stream tonight. I thought it was really fun background. So, all right, here it is. This is the Element Enduro Trail Runner, styled after a Toyota 4Runner, which, point of information, I am a Toyota fanboy. This body style came out actually late 2020, early 2021, and the original MSRP for it was $589.99 for the white version, which didn't come with a LiPo battery or a charger. And this version, which was the RTR combo that came with the witty electronic charger, balance charger, and the LiPo battery, this sold for $615.99. It is now priced at $299, which when I saw it, I was like, oh man. And I've been kind of circling around the whole like trail runner thing, the whole trail truck thing. As you all see, I have a crawler, so crawlers are smaller, and they're not really made to go on like long walks and whatnot with you. But then I saw a video by a YouTube channel, MSM, Mark Santamaria, I believe his name, but the video channel is MSM. They're shop down in Texas. Definitely check out the channel. It's a great channel, a lot of great information on there. But he was talking about taking a trail truck and integrating it into your walking routine and whatnot to like make it fun and whatnot. And that's something that I've been missing a lot of is walking. I haven't been walking a lot because of health issues that I've had, and with the 2 kids, and it just always seems like my energy has been going elsewhere. But I love being outside. I do love walking and hiking and all that. So when he talked about this, it just added up. So I started to go down that rabbit hole of finding a trail truck. So I came on this. And when I saw the price, because when you look at most trail trucks, they, not gonna lie, they're kind of pricey. Especially the really nice one that he suggested in getting, the Traxxas TRX4, I believe. It's a beautiful truck. One of the cool things is the electronics has this thing that you can. It's got a cruise control, so you can just set the speed, and you just walk along with the truck. You don't have to worry about any throttle control or whatnot for it. And that was all cool and all, but like it's a really expensive truck. So when I saw this and I saw the price point of $300. And I watched some other videos about it on YouTube. It really spoke to me. Plus, it's a Toyota body. The other enduros in the line, the Night Runners, they have a licensed Toyota Tacoma body, which I had Chinese tonight. Which I wanted. I was originally thinking of really getting one of those because I'm a Toyota fanboy. I drive a Tacoma. I definitely, one of my end games is to get a truck that looks like my truck. But again, they're really pricey. So when I saw the price of this, and basically like the innards of it are pretty much the same as those, I was like, you know what? I can't pass this up. Plus, even though it's not licensed, it looks like a Toyota Land Cruiser, and I think it's it's gorgeous. I think it's a beautiful truck. So I ordered it. $299 plus $19.81 New Jersey sales tax. I ordered mine from Nitro Hobbies in Ramsey, New Jersey. You can find them on eBay, or if you live in Jersey, take a trip up to their store. And don't tell them I sent you, because they'll be like, who? They don't know I shouted them out, but I am going to shout them out because shop local, support local. So I'm not really going to go deep into the tech of what's in this, but what it's got beadlock wheels. It has a Stealth X gearbox, which basically you're able to change the gear ratios so you can make it more powerful for like pulling and for like climbing and etc. That's still a little too advanced for me. I'm still just like, yeah, I'm going forward, I'm going backwards. So but it's got that. It's got an IFS, the independent front suspension system, which is this right here. So this normally on crawlers and whatnot, what you'll find is a bar that goes like down and then across, and then the kind of like this, kind of like the back wheels, right? You see how they're on one axle. Well, this is not that way. All right. The front wheels act independently. So when you go over rough terrain, it helps out, which I think is really cool. It's metal, so the body is a polycarbonate body, but on the insides, I'm going to take these off, and I'm going to talk about this later. Turn this on. Hopefully it won't die on me. So one of the reasons I'm able to do this is because my partner is performing this weekend at the Sparta Renaissance Fair with Pieces of 8. Hi, honey, love you. If you're in New Jersey, or if you're in the part of New York State that borders New Jersey, definitely go check out the Sparta Renaissance Fair. It's a smaller fair, but it's got a lot of heart. And go check out Pieces of 8. And if you go check them out, tell them that the Nerdy Puerto Rican said hello. So, all right, there we go. Boom. Okay. So, under the hood here. And you know what? Let's do this. Because I can do this. And I can kind of look like I know what the hell I'm doing. Badoosh. Badoosh. Look at that. Ah. Alright, so under the hood here, you have a metal frame. You have metal links here, even though the caps are plastic. It's a very, very solid, very tough. I will say, when I opened the box, I did find that I had a screw missing, which is still missing right here, from my electronics box. So the reason why that's important is that this box keeps the electronics dry. It keeps your not the ESC, but the receiver. It keeps the receiver dry, and it kind of works all as a unit. So with that screw missing, I really can't. Not that I was gonna try to submarine it or anything like that, but also, like, I opened the box and the screw was missing, so I was like, what the heck. Now, good on Associated Electronics, Associated Electric, and Element. I contacted their customer service. I told them what I was missing, the part that I was missing, and they were like, set. And I was, no fuss, no muss. So, in a few days, I'm going to have a new screw that I can put in there, and we're going to be good. So hasn't stopped me from using the truck though. So yeah. But yeah, oil fill shocks, right? Got great feel. Let's do the RC thing. Ready? Alright, let's drop this. Ready? There you go. There you go. So, yep. This is the battery right here. Is 3000 mAh LiPo battery that comes with it. So, yeah. I do have to give this disclaimer. I have yet to actually go on a trail with it because I got it late in the week. Like I said, my partner left to go perform, so I'm home alone with the two boys, and the 2-year-old. He's not trail ready yet. I trust our 6-year-old to go on trails. That he's responsible enough to like stay on the trail with me and whatnot. 2-year-old, not so much. Plus they're little kids, so like you get maybe half a mile out and they'll be like, my legs, carry me, and it's like, here we go. So I haven't gotten it on a trail, but what I have done is I have taken it out to as we've gone out to playgrounds. I've taken it to playgrounds with me, so I've run around on the playgrounds and whatnot. So I have been using it. I have been going over, some terrain and whatnot. Terrain that mimics what you would find if you go out on a hiking trail. So yeah. So, that brings me to, and we're gonna circle around back to that. But that brings me to, I'm gonna start with my dislikes about the Element Enduro Trail Runner. So my first dislike is the body pins that you saw me. The body pins that you saw me wrestling with. Okay. Now, this is an RC staple, right? A lot, like my lunchbox that I made, it has pins, it has body pins, and I believe a lot of your bigger, like 1/10 scales will have body pins, but I know that with other big name trucks that are the same price point, if not a little bit cheaper than this, have non-pinless body mounting systems. They either use magnets or they use like a clipless system or something to that effect. But I feel that for the price point, and again, this body style is now, oh my god, what year is it? It's 2025, right? It's 5 years old, so maybe back when it first came out, they didn't have the advances, if you will, in body mounting, because it does kind of seem like the whole like clipless magnets, this, that, and the other, it seems to, over the last year or so, to really have caught on in the RC, not only the RC hobby, but just hobbyists in general. So hopefully, if another version of this comes out, they will invest in some sort of like magnet clipless system. At the least, me personally, I'm definitely going to try to find like bigger body clips. I'm sure that one of the reasons why they use the smaller body clips was to save your immersion. So that you didn't have like big ugly body clips like sticking up, so that it looks nice and scale, as they say. So it looked like it looked nice and scale. To me, I don't care about that. I just like running the truck, and my joints already suck as it is to try to get these out. sucks even more. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting this and you have like grip issues, arthritis maybe, just keep that in mind. And maybe and now mind you, body clips like this super cheap to come by, right? I'm gonna look for some of the body clips. You don't even have to use like these like specific RC body clips. You can like go get like plumbing body. You can go to Home Depot and you can or Lowe's. You can go to Lowe's and find body clips. That's, but that's what I plan to do, and swap these out so that I'm not like feeling like I need pliers every time I put the body on or take it off. So that's number one. Number two thing I don't like about the trail runner, and it is the way that the accessories are put on. So again, other trucks in this price point, when you have like like the fender accessories and like these accessories, the roof rack accessories, this stuff, it's either like screwed on or like fastened on. These just like they pop in and then they have these little plastic washer things that go over them. As you see, I've already lost two of them, right? I lost one there, and then I lost one here. So what I did was, now mind you, we are an arts and craftsy home, so this was just kind of like second nature to me. But what I did was I got our hot glue gun, and then I went through and I just dabbed hot glue on top of all the little thingies, so that hopefully, if they do pop off, it'll take a lot more than just like a little bit of trail jostling to pop them off. I might go back through later on and use some of my fine Tamiya model glue that I use for my other models, my non-RC models, if you will, and just kind of like slap it on there, because then I know that'll definitely make it so that those don't go nowhere. But also something just to keep in mind, if you purchase this, is that's a thing. Also, these lights. So these lights right here. Actually, let's talk about this first. Big body tray, big battery tray, I should say, and technically it has two battery trays, one tray here and one tray here. I think this is the second tray. I think this is the second tray, but this is the main battery tray right here. It's nice and big. It's easy to get the battery in. However, and again, I'm new to the RC hobby, so I don't know if this is just a thing with 1/10 scale and bigger models, but there's no on-off switch. You literally have to take the body off, plug the battery in, and then it's on, right? So here we go. Plug this in, boom, and the truck's on, right? Whereas and I'll show you with my Gorgon, even though it's not a 1/10 scale, there's an on-off switch that you can just click on and off, and you don't even need to remove the body, right? You just push the button. That's a little annoying, if you will. It definitely doesn't. I feel like it makes it so you can't just like pull it out of your. When you get to a trail, you just pull it out of your bag, throw it on the ground, and go. You have to stop, take the body off, put the battery in, boop. Now, mind you, again, there are aftermarket parts. There are, I believe, also some element parts that you can buy that you can install an on-off switch. But again, I feel for the price point, it should have come with it. So that's that. These lights, they're cool, right? Right? They're really cool. Oh sugar! I forgot to turn on the transmitter, which we'll talk about that. But so these lights really felt like an afterthought, right? Didn't even realize that it had lights. I don't even think on the box it said that it came with lights. I opened the box, pulled the truck out, and these lights just kind of like popped out. I was like, oh, cool, right? And they did have, the little connector right here, already connected to the ESC for the lights. So I was like, oh, cool, right? And there were holes right here in the fender to put the lights in. I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, the lights wouldn't stay in the holes. They just kept like sliding out, you know. Again, other models, they come with little mounts or whatnot that you can put the light in, and you don't have to do anything. You just slide it in and they stay. Again, for me, easy fix, right? Hot glue gun, just took and boop, boop, and we're good, right? Actually, this one came off earlier today, so I had to re-glue it, but so far, so good. These, unless my fender gets caught up on something and it gets ripped off, I think I should be good. Or if it's a super hot day and the hot glue decides to melt. That can also happen as well. So, but yeah, it would, again, for the price point, it would have been nice if they had some sort of like light mount system in there for the lights. Because as you saw, and then when I put the body back on, and with the lights on, it's gorgeous, gorgeous. Transmitter, it's funny because when you watch other RC YouTubers that actually know what the hell they're talking about, they're always like, oh, the transceiver, it feels good in the hand, blah, 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 right? And I never really fully understood until I got this one. This is the transmitter that came with the truck. It's the XP130. I don't know. I'm assuming that it's an Associated Electric part. Please chime in the comments if you know if like this is like a like Dumbo RC or Fly Sky RC or renamed, because nope, it's Associated Electronics. So it's an Associated Electronic transmitter. So, but yeah, it's not terrible, but it's definitely a lot less comfortable than my Fly Sky transceiver. That's really comfortable in my hand. Also, the size is just big, so I can't. It would definitely need a thumbstick so that I can control with one hand, which I'm still learning, right? Yeah, my thumb is just way too. Here, I'll go here. My thumb is just way too. I can't do it. I can't do it, Captain. I couldn't do it. So, now let's move on to what I do like about this. Going back to the transmitter, even though this doesn't have a cruise control or anything like that, I actually find this trigger, the way this sticks out like this, perfect to kind of do my own little human cruise control, right? Because it has great control between the truck and the transmitter. Let me try to get the body back on. And as I get the body back on, I will try to explain. So, we will turn this on. Boop. We will plug this in. And I believe that this is where this truck really starts to shine. And it is the electronics of the truck and what makes it run. So up until now, I have only been using the RTRs from Axial and whatnot, where my FMS is the only one where the controller is actually like a crawler controller, where it has a really good like slow crawl speed. But that's because it's got the two gear motor. I don't think that's the right word, but at any rate, it goes slow, which is important for crawling because once you get to like tougher obstacles to get over, you need that slowness, because in lieu of going slow, what happens is that the motor, the torque goes up so that it pulls more, right? Kind of like in your regular car when you switch to lower gear. Watch, I'm just gonna feather this and just look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's really nice. And I'm not even, right? I'm just pulling it. And that's me not flipping any switches or anything like that. I literally just found the 3-channel switch. Is this going to do something? Whatever. Yeah, I just found the 3-channel switch. Whatever. I'll play with that tomorrow. But yeah, so the electronics just really shines in this vehicle. Number one. Number two, like I said, when I went out to the playgrounds, I have been walking around and maneuvering this with me, and it's been keeping up. The battery is big. It hasn't died, and we've been the other night, not today. Today was just really muggy. But the other day we were out for like a good hour and a half, and I was walking around and running the truck the whole time. It didn't flinch. It was great. Also, this truck is a great truck for my 6-year-old to use. I tried to show him how to use like my Mojave Grom, and even when I switched the throttle down to 50%, it just was too fast. He couldn't understand the whole steering concept, and oh, yeah, look at that, dude. I mean, look at that. That servo's awesome. Anyway, so yeah, he couldn't understand the whole like concept of steering and whatnot. But with this, I was able to give it to him, and like he was able to really like control the speeds really good, and and was able to like maneuver it. So yeah, it's been a really fun family truck in that regards. So yeah, and it can keep up. Like I said, it can keep up with you while you're walking. Again, I believe that there are some aftermarket like electronic things or whatever that you can program or something like that, so you can get cruise control. But you kind of don't need it with this truck. It works really well. I'm very eager to get it out on a trail, to take it out for like a full walk. I'm hoping to get that later this week, so I can really put this through its paces. Maybe try to take it down to the low yard. Now, this is not a rock crawler. Let's Get that straight, all right? Which is one of the things I've seen about people. One of the negatives people talked about is that because of the IFS, the independent front suspension, because it's low like that. I think one YouTuber called it shoveling. That when you hit a rock, it just like stops, right? Because unlike rock crawlers that have high, their suspensions are high, that's relatively low. So if you try to go over like jagged, rocky things, it'll get caught. On the flip side of that, if you're on a trail and it's like even a medium kept trail where like the worst you might have is like tree roots or rounded type rocks or whatnot, you're gonna be fine, right? Like I said, I was running this in the playground. I went over roots, I went over curbs, and it handled it just fine. So admittedly, I was very iffy when I hit the button to order this. I was like, did I make the right choice? Shit. And now that I got it, and now that I've driven it, yeah, I can say I have made the right choice. I really do enjoy this trail runner, and I'm excited to take it out for its paces. So that is my little chit chat about the Element Enduro Trail Runner. Not a review. Please don't think this is a review because I don't know enough about these things yet that I feel like I can give a full review because I don't know like the electronics and like this, that, and the other. Like if you watch MSM or Cape Crawler, like those guys, they know all the things, and like the engine and this and that, and and me, I'm just like, I make it go straight and forward and left and right. And so far, like, I'm entertained. So, but yeah, can't wait to get this out. Very excited. Alright, so while I put these clips back on, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a great night. I hope everyone's having a great day. If you end up watching this later, if not, then come and chill with me for a little bit and let me bore you to death so that you can take a nap or whatever. And yeah, at least we'll have that going for us, which will be nice. And if you have tuned in, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Boop. All right, there we go. All right. Now, what's in the box? See, because I love y'all, I didn't even open the box. So, all right. I will tell you what I did order. I ordered an Element Enduro 24 Sendero. Why? I already have SCX24 24 scale crawler. I have an 18 scale crawler. Why did I order this? Because on I was looking on eBay and A-Main Hobbies had this for $89. Mind you, with tax and all that, it did come out just a little bit over 100. But like, this is an RTR 24 scale crawler for literally under $100. Yes, please. So I bought it totally with the thought of if it doesn't really perform well, I am now at the point where like I have enough extra parts that I can upgrade it, or yet again, you know, for my 6-year-old and my 2-year-old, I can start teaching them how to RC with this. So, and I also look at that. Yo, Element, y'all are on point with your bodies. Like, look at that. That's nice. That's really nice. Man. Alright. So, this is another RTR, ready to run truck. I did, unfortunately, the one that was $89 was the red, white, and blue. I would have much rather to have gotten the yellow, black, and white, but yeah, whatever. It is what it is. It's still a gorgeous, gorgeous truck. Alright, so on the back, what do we got? Let's find out. So we have 4-link front and rear suspensions. We have chassis mounted servo. Okay. Wheels and tires. It doesn't look like the wheels are bead locked. We'll find out when we open up. Forward mounted motor and divorce transfer case. Did I say that right? Forward mounted motor and divorced transfer case. The forward mounted motor puts the heaviest part of the rig over the front tires. Yes. This forward bias weight keeps the front tires on the ground and provides front grip during ascents. The divorced transfer case provides a lower center of gravity in a compact space. Not only does this combination perform well, it also adds scale realism, allowing for plenty of room should you want to add a custom body or interior. Cool. What else? So 7mm wheel hexes, vertical metal chassis rail, nice. Soft compound rubber tires, nice. Soft coil over shock absorbers, okay. Telescoping center drive shaft, removable front bumper, single piece polycarbonate body, 2-in-1 receiver, ESC. I think that's kind of like standard now for 24 scale RTRs. The 2-in-1 receiver and ESC combo. Single cell LiPo, charger, adjustable body posts, steel pivot balls, and a radio. So, nice. Oh, hey, look at that. 14 plus. Not a toy. That's funny. Cool. Alright, let's pop this puppy open. I'm very excited. Again, $89. A-Main Hobbies. Check it out. You can go to their website or on eBay. Again, not sponsored. I just like to give credit where credit's due. Alright, go. Here we go. No, not more body clips. It's alright. It's fine, I guess. More body clips. That's okay. That's alright. Alright, this is zip time. Alright, everything is down here. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, so here's our transmitter. Okay, foam covered. See now, like this one feels nice in my hand, right? Because like my finger, yeah. No, this one feels. I get it now. I get it. Feels good in the hand. All right. Yeah, my thumb. I can one hand steer. I'm gonna make the assumption that it has the same type of quality electronics that the other one has, so because it is associated electronics. So cool. I'm excited. I'm not going to be able to actually like run it tonight, so this is just the unboxing. Let us see what else is before we pull the truck out. And again, if you're just joining me, welcome. Please feel free to say hi in the chats. If not, no bigs. I appreciate you lurkers as well. Did I not cut it? Come on. like a true. Something else I've noticed about RC YouTubers is that they all have razor blades. So when they get a new package or something, like, they just pull a razor blade out and just like, psst, I gotta get one of those. I gotta get on their level. Get on the level. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh god. Okay, so we have the charger. Interesting. Looks like the battery connection is the same like as my FMS. So I wonder if I can use my FMS battery in here. Interesting. Okay. So this is the body mount rails right there. Paraphernalia. Read power. Yep. Paraphernalia. More paraphernalia. Ooh, a certificate of conformity. Hey, cool. Alright, so it conforms. Ah, excellent. Well, we have our catalog with our body, our part numbers, which is important. Quick tip: when you contact a customer service for a RC hobby shop, if you have the part number, that will cut through so much bull. Not only did it work for my trail runner, but when I had to contact Horizon about the Spectrum charger that failed on me, I was able to give them the part number, and it just like, oh, yep, got you, gone, and they just sent a new one, you know. So yeah, definitely, you know, don't throw this stuff out. Keep it, because you'll never know. Alright. Let's pull the truck out. Excited. New truck day. This is probably stupid to do with this. I have a tool. I'll be right back. Actually, wait. I have a tool right here. Yep. I should have pulled that tool out anyway. I'll probably need it for later. This time, try to close that. There we go. Yep. Alright. There we go. There's the truck. Ready? Boom. Ooh. Boom. There you go. Nice little rotate. Really get it into frame here. Hang on. I'll give it to y'all. There we go. Give it to him. There we go. Yeah. Alright, so yeah. Very similar body style to the SCX24. Let's pull these off. The wheels are really small. I'm actually very surprised at how small these wheels are, and they're very gushy too. Makes me wonder if you put bigger wheels and like beadlock tires on there. It makes me wonder how the stock servo and motor will handle it. Now, I will say admittedly, these servo arms, even though they're plastic, they do look beefier than the ones that came with my SCX24. They don't look as sloppy. In other words, they're not like drooping. So yeah, that's the motor right there. Cool. Yeah, it is very interesting that everything is forward, and it's also interesting that the steering servo is mounted straight down. Oh, what was the other model I was reading about that it's like that? Crap, I can't remember. Anyway, it's not important. Yeah, it kind of sucks that it's got the regular these kind of shocks. Though I will admit, I haven't upgraded the shocks on my SCX24. I don't mind the whole. I know it's super bouncy, right? Sorry. I know it's super bouncy, but I'm not bothered by that. Again, I think I just like need to get on it. I need to get into a rock trail where like that matters to me, for me to be like, okay, I should probably upgrade that. So, but yeah, no, it's good. It's good. They got good flex. Really, yeah, it's just really small. The tires are just really small. Just really small. Really. Do I even have a hex though? Yep, that'll fit. I think so. Yep, that'll fit. Okay. Yeah, interesting. So there's your 2-in-1 ESC, and then here's the battery, which is. How is this held on? Held on by a rubber band. Look at this small little battery. It is so cute. It's so cute. Aww. It's the cutest little battery ever. I wonder if we could put a bigger. It's not a big battery tray. So I wonder if we can. Now it is cool that all the wires they have zip tied to the rail. That makes very nice, everything nice and clean. Like you'll see when I pull my SCX24, like the wires are kind of like everywhere right now. But this is like a nice and clean. Looks really good. But having said that, one thing, because this battery tray is so small, I feel probably getting this like side rock rails or whatever they're called, that you might be able to put a bigger battery on that. Actually, no, hang on. Now, mind you, this is a 350. Wow, this is a 520. Huh. So small and yet runs longer. So the from the way I understand, the MAH number basically comes down to how long the battery lasts. So this is a 520. So interesting. All right, so this won't fit on there. I'm gonna have to check Reading Power to see if they have a bigger battery. But 520, sure. We'll put that to the test. Very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna put that because that's gonna go into the back box. Proper LiPo storage, which is one of those unexpected costs if you really want to start getting into the RC hobby. They don't. This isn't really advertised, but this is really important. LiPo batteries are actually very, very dangerous. They can catch fire. Actually, the one hobby shop I love to go to, Creepy, oh my god, oh, what is the name? What is y'all's name? I can't think of it right now. I'll put it. I'll put it somewhere. At any rate, the dude, his business caught fire because of some LiPo batteries. So there's a proper way to store them, proper way to charge them. So you know, you definitely want to follow those rules when dealing with LiPo batteries. And the first big rule with LiPo batteries is you want to store them properly. You want to store them in like a metal box. So if something goes awry, shit don't catch on fire. So yeah, those are going straight over to the LiPo box, and then we got the charger here. Hopefully that won't show around on me. We'll see. All right. Yeah, we'll charge this up and we'll take it out tomorrow and have a little. And we'll see what's what. Yes, I can see why you have. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, now I can see why it came with these, so that you can swap these out. These are just pinned in too. Cool. So you can swap these out so that the body sits higher. So when you put bigger tires, or if you get a different type of body. So. There we go. It's cool though. For 89 bucks, if you want to get your kid like into the hobby, I can definitely see this as a kids RC that you can, you know, like I run my SCX24 and my 6-year-old runs this. I can see that. Definitely. Not so much the 2-year-old. He still likes to pull the trigger and make it go zoom. And then it smashes into something. I'm like, ooh. Alright, cool. That's that. Alright, new truck day. Ooh. Okay, so let's pull this. Next, let's talk about my Armor Gorgon, shall we? Alright, so this is my Armor Gorgon. This is my baby. I call her Medusa. Because, you know, you name inanimate objects, that's what you do. So, this is not the original body. I actually bought this, I bought the clear carbonate body and painted it up. If you watch some of my other videos, you'll see my original body, because this is a basher. So as the name implies, you play rough with these toys. And she has run into walls, cement blocks, the ground, etc., etc. So I felt it was time to upgrade, or not upgrade, but I wanted to get her a new body. So the Armor Gorgons, they do have other different, numerous colors. Again, if you go back and watch some of my older videos, you'll see that Medusa's original body is I think it's called gunmetal gray. So it's pretty much like a black gray color scheme. But they have numerous other color schemes. They have green, especially with the new ones that came out this year. They have green, red, blue, purple, neon green, orange, yellow, etc., fluorescent, etc., etc. But me, being the extra bitch that I am, I wanted to paint my own because I was interested in it. You know, going into the hobby, I wanted to learn how to paint polycarbonate body shells. So thankfully, Arma does also offer clear polycarbonate bodies for the Arma Gorgon that you can paint. Now I will say now I didn't check on the Horizon website and I didn't check on the Arma website, but when you order the body shell, it's just the body shell, so you don't get the stand frame, baby. Yes, you like the camera. See, this is what I mean about, like, look at that. Look at these clips. Like, these are body clips, but they're easy, right? So, what you don't get is you don't get this hardware with the body shell to remount it. So you can either do what I do and just swap the hardware from the old body shell to this, which if your body shell is like already torn and all that, you're going to be doing that anyway. You're probably going to want to get rid of the shell anyway, so you can keep the hardware. Or B, you can order the hardware as an extra, which I also did by accident, but of course the hardware showed up, and it doesn't come with the body clips like that, and it doesn't come with the screws. Nickel and dime much, whatever. But you know, I got that, and it's sitting in the other room, and I will figure out what to do with that later. At any rate, so you can just switch the hardware from the old body shell to the new body shell. Painting, I found this really easy to paint. Unlike the plastic shells for like my Tammy lunchbox, for the clear polycarbonate shells, you paint from the inside, and the only thing that's kind of weird is you have to think of the paint layer. I'll do a whole video on it, that's fine. But yeah, I painted the shell up. Nice. So like I said, it rained today, and I was like, ooh, time to get her muddy. So I took her out, and unfortunately, I think either my spur gear or the pinion gear, something slipped, and she stopped working. So the motor kept running. So we are going to pop this off. So now this is specific with the Arma Gorgon. To get to your spur gear, you take off the back wheel like thus, right? And this is where you're aiming for, right here. This is where the spur gear and the pinion gear are, right there. And this is what I was talking about, the power button, right? So as you see, now again, I replaced the ESC because the ESC that came with Medusa burnt out, so I upgraded to a brushless system with the 6 amp Spectrum Firma ESC. I think that was it. Anyway, but it has a power button, and I just attach it right there. So all I do is I put the shell on, and I don't have to ever take the shell off. And I just reach underneath and boop, and it turns on. So that's what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm gonna take the tire off. Mud everywhere. Oh, my partner's gonna love me when they get home. Put you hoping this tool came with my Mojave ROM, and the best effing tool ever. It's not only the perfect tie wrench for both the Mojave ROM and the Armored Gorgon, but this little Allen wrench size does like 90% of my heavy lifting for my bigger trucks. So, yeah. Something else. How we doing out there tonight, everyone, huh? Again, if you're just joining me, thank you for joining. If you've hung out for a little bit, if you're just stopping by, you know, it's all good. It's all good. Alright, so to get to the spur gear, you want to take this cap off here, okay? It's held in by 2 screws. There we go. And then this comes off, alright? This right here, this is the spur gear. And yep, that shouldn't have come off like that. Which is weird because I did put Loctite on it. I guess I didn't tighten it. Well, the other thing too is I didn't clean it off when I didn't clean the grub screw off. I forgot the YouTube channel. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. But check them out. He does really great comprehensive like breakdowns of stuff. And one of the things he always says is, so this is what's known as a grub screw, because it looks like a little grub. And what it does is that it goes right here. This is your pinion gear, right? It goes right here. And that all meshes up. And the grub screw is what holds the pinion gear there, right? So what happened was is that as I was running Medusa, it came loose and it said like that. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So the grub screw, what you want to do is, even if it's brand new, you want to clean it before you put Loctite on it. It's because even in the factory, it's got schmutz on it. Yes. 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 One of the side things about being diabetic that's been nice is I have these alcohol prep pads everywhere. I got them in bulk because previously I had to give myself 6 injections a day. I'm down to 1 now, plus I'm on the Manjaro, which that's just wrecked my appetite. Ugh. Which, yo, do me a favor, if you are not diabetic, alright, but you want to lose weight, don't take Manjaro or one of these other medicines that curbs your appetite, that's made for people that actually have freaking health problems, because it makes it so damn, I'm not lying about this, it makes it so damn difficult for us to get our freaking meds, because y'all want to fucking look good in a bikini or whatever the case. Knock it off. So annoying. Oh. Yeah, like my Manjaro, it's like, it's tough for my CVS to keep it in stock because people keep getting it for like non-diabetic reasons. But yeah, anyway, yeah, it's wrecked havoc on my appetite. I'm still like learning what I can eat, what I can't eat, how much of it I can eat. But on the flip side, my blood sugar has been good. So I have no idea about my blood pressure. It's probably still shit. Whatever. So yep. So if you take a look, dirty, cleaned it off nice. I hope. There's still some schmutz in there. All right. Hopefully that's good enough. Okay. Loctite. Another one of those unspoken costs of being an RC hobbyist. Loctite. So what you want to do, if you don't know, Loctite makes it so when you screw something that's metal to metal, it's harder to unscrew off. Having said that, you don't want to use Loctite on anything, any like screws that go into plastic, because Loctite will make plastic brittle. So yeah, don't do it. Alright, come here, you. Alright, so I had originally put this spurt, maybe I will just put this back in like this. So the funny thing is, right, I'm sorry, y'all can't see, I apologize. So, this is not this is the second spur gear I got, I'm sorry, this is the second pinion gear I've gotten for this truck. The one that comes with the truck is a 14 tooth, so i.e. it's smaller. The more teeth your pinion gear has, for lack of a better term, the faster your truck's gonna go, right? And please feel free to correct me in the comments about that. I'm just bringing out Bobo style because that's the way I can remember it. But anyway, so this is a 17 tooth gear, and it allows, even on 2S Medusa, to just rip all over the place, and it fits with the stock pinion gear that comes with the Gorgon. So, you know, that's nice. When I originally got it, I put it like that, right? Which technically is on backwards, because it's supposed to go like this, right? And this whole time I'm like, but how do you screw it in? Because the screw hole is now like you know, all the way in there. Well, guess what? And I learned this watching another YouTuber that upgraded their Gorgon. So there's a hole right here, right, that you can just stick your Allen wrench right up there. Come on. Yep. See? And boop. You can just screw it like that. So, yeah. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it in the proper way again, and we will see what happens. Okay, I think I got a good mesh there. Grub screw. Hiya. Alright, let's actually do this. Alright, so grub screw into Loctite. Has Loctite. We will start the grub screw up here. That. Okay. And then we'll slide it on. That. And then we will. Okay, now unfortunately I've got to turn this so I can see it. No, don't fall. There we go. There it is. Alright, so righty-tighty. Righty-tighty. the sound you want to hear. That click, 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 click. That's the sound you want to hear. So I think I have a good mesh. I think. Again, I'm still new to this, so if you're watching this and you know more about this than me, please, by the love of the gods, chime in and say, no, you moron. I mean, if you can, it might be nicer than that. But anyway. Alright, so now cover goes back on. Come on, baby. There we go. Alright, cool. We're gonna put... So again, because these screws are just going to plastic, you don't want to put Loctite on this. You're just going to screw them in, get them nice and hand tight. I'm so happy that it was just the pinion gear. I was so worried that it was something else. Because if it was something else, I really didn't want to pull everything apart. That would be for another live video. Not for this one. Alright. Alright, that's on. That's a nice. Okay. Whoop. I always do that. Put the tire back on. Now these nuts that go onto the wheels are have the plastic in them, so you don't need to put Loctite. They should lock themselves. It feels good. Feels good. Cool. All right. So hopefully the 2-year-old takes a nap tomorrow, and I will be able to take this out and get her muddy. As you do. So I think we're supposed to get more rain here in New Jersey tomorrow. What's the weather like where you're at? Please let me know in the comments. I would love to know. I really would. Go. Now, some people actually don't like these clips. I actually like them. I find no problems with them. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that's under the hood with Medusa. Alright, now let's clean some of this up. Here, just down, that. Whew. Okay, now for what I've actually no lie have been stressing about. All right, so my base camp. I have been upgrading her. Body shell, and let's start talking about the upgrades that I've done. Some of these upgrades y'all have seen. I upgraded the tires. When I upgraded the tires, the servo didn't get out on me, but what happened was that the servo screw actually ripped apart. It snapped, so I just saw that as a sign as, oh, time to get a new servo. So I got the Emax servo. I believe it's in Jura. You can get it through Endura, and then the servo arm came with it. It also, if you order it through Endura, you actually can get a whole kit where it's the servo, the bracket to mount it, and the arm, right? I've seen videos where people they say that you need to trim the top here. I have yet to run into an issue where it interferes with the movement of my truck. I don't know. Again, we'll see. I might get into a situation where I'm like, oh yeah, there it goes. But I haven't an issue with it. And then because that snapped, I also got metal arms. So I figured I'll just upgrade everything. I got a brass cap here because these upgrades were inspired by cape crawlers. Please, if you get a chance, check him out. He is so much better at this than I am. You know, if you're new to mini crawling and you really want to get into like the brass tacks and knuckles, check him out. Very knowledgeable YouTuber about the and RC hobbyist about mini crawling. So definitely check him out. But so all these upgrades were inspired by things that he's done. So basically, what I wanted to do was I wanted more weight in the front, kind of like that was explained with the Elements Endura. More weight in the front and more weight down low, so that the truck stays more planted on the ground, and especially when it comes to ascents. So I got the B-lock wheels, Endura B-lock wheels, which adds weight to this. I'll talk about this lighting system separately because I love my lighting system. Well, I need to unplug all this stuff anyway, so just unplug it. It's fine. Okay. So yeah, so the transfer case cover, the metal, the aluminum servo arms, the beadlock tires, they all add weight, right? But as I added more weight and added more weight, the motor hasn't given out on me, but it chugs now, especially when I'm trying to crawl. And again, the Cape Crawlers has a great example of this, right? Where even when I'm trying to crawl slow, like I have to give it like full throttle, and then it'll like want to move, but then it like is all jerky and whatnot. So that's a sign that, well, it's time to upgrade the motor. I also got these skid plates, right? And I moved my first live, I completely misunderstood, right? Because in my first live, I tried to put the battery tray up front and the ESC tray in the back. I messed that up. These you want to leave here where they are, right? It's the battery, you literally want to switch it to the front, which you can sit the battery thusly, right? Like this. Ooh. On the ESC tray, and then you want to leave this empty. So again, keeping that weight to the front, and then as you get on with your upgrades, what you want to do is get these skid plates, right? And then take the ESC and mount it down low. So again, the weight's now down low, so the truck is more planted. Which I did, right? But like I said, as you put more weight on this, as I said in my FMS SCX18 versus SCX Base Camp video, this is a great beginner truck. Like, out of the box, it can do a lot out of the box. You really don't need to upgrade it. It's only if you start getting that itch that, like, oh man, I really want to see how far this can go, and you know, I really want to challenge myself, and I want to challenge the truck. You know, that's when you upgrade it, right? You don't have to upgrade it. Again, out of the box, it works really well. The other great thing is that everything is just right here, right? It's really easy to see, like, the motor's there, this is here, everything's just out in the open, so it's really easy to traverse, really easy to figure out, right? But the drawbacks is that the guts that the truck comes with, the motor, the steering servo, is all made for the components that it comes with. So as you start putting new components on, it's going to start putting strain on the stock stuff that you have on there. So then you do need to start upgrading that, right? Again, this is a brushed motor. It still works, doesn't work well for what I want to do. Also, I fear that it will eventually just die on me, because I mean, it whines so hard, especially when I'm trying to go up, you know, some of the harder inclines that I have. It just, like, it is screaming for dear life. So we are going to upgrade it, and we're going to upgrade it to this, the Spectrum Firma brushless ESC and motor for their 1/24th micro crawler. Now, why am I going with this one? So there are definitely a lot better upgrades, like the Fury Tech. The Fury Tech Lizard is better, and there's some other, like, aftermarket ones that are better. However, and I'm just going to use the Fury Tech as an example. If you get the Fury Tech motor, it doesn't work with this 2-in-1 ESC, right? So that means that you need to not only get the motor and a motor mount, but you also need to get an ESC, you need to get a receiver, and that all adds up, right? This is just straight what they call plug and play, okay? You don't need to do any crazy modifications. And the ESC you can just plug into the 2-in-1, and it'll work just fine, right? Nice and easy. The caveat to that is if you have an older model, or if you find, so like if you go on eBay, or like you buy one off of someone secondhand and it's an older model where the ESC has the 2-in-1 has a blue cover, that's an older style ESC, that won't work with this, so that requires further modifications. And if you get to that point, please find another YouTube video to explain to you, because I can't. But so that's why I went with this for this right now. we are going to try to put it in, to install it. So here we go, opening the box up, right? Spectrum has great packaging. I mean, it's just beautiful packaging. You have a plastic pinion gear. Dear gods, I am so thankful that we don't have to try to put that small damn thing on. I'm going to put this over here so I don't lose it. Actually, I'm going to put it, yeah, I'm going to put it over here so I don't lose it. Yeah, okay. So then let's pull out the ESC. This is your ESC, which what we're going to do is we will, this is the part that plugs in. What we're probably going to end up doing is, most of the videos I've seen, they put the they put the ESC on that with double-sided tape like that. But then again, like the two-in-one is located differently. It's like more center, like up here. In this situation, I think we are going to put the ESC here on this rail like this. And then we will, because that'll reach the two-in-one like that. Boom. And then, yeah, that should be good. Should be good. Alright. So that's the ESC. Okay. Here comes the motor. This is our motor, our brushless motor, right? And if I understand this, again, if you are more knowledgeable in RCs, please feel free to chime in and correct me. But brushless motors are brushless because they work with magnets and coils, right? Which generates more torque and more power. Brush motors, you have metal on metal working in there, which, you know, metal on metal, you start dealing with friction, which friction causes energy loss. Science 101. Yes, science is a thing. So that's why, overall, brushless motors are preferred over brushed motors. And that is what we are going to plug in. What else do we have in the box? Let's find out. What's in the box? What's in the box? Paraphernalia. Oh, no stickers. Boo. That's right. I think I have a small firm sticker. Okay. Here. Put that right there. Whew. Okay. Moment of truth. All right. So got our ESC. We have. Okay. So the first thing we want to do to get to the motor, which is right there, I have unplugged everything. Oh no. Let me actually. You're gonna want to unplug the motor from the two-in-one. Like that. Okay, that is now unplugged. So now we are gonna want to remove this right here. So just a FYI, when you pull these screws out, these arms, they're gonna kind of like flop all over the place. So you didn't break nothing. That's just the way it is. Is this the right? That is not the right size. Smaller. Because this is a. Nope, that's the right size. So you want the 0.05. 0.05. 0.05 hex screw to do the thing. So now we are going to start to take this apart. Now I know that he's replaced motors and ESCs probably like it's nobody's business, but yeah, the guy from Cape Crawlers did this in 20 minutes, and I was just like, okay. Me, I'm just like, ooh. This screw, yeah, there we go. So this screw, it goes deep in there, so, and unlike the one that he did, I actually got one here and one here. So the one that he did in the video that I watched, it was just one long screw that held both arms in place. This situation is different. This is a base camp. Oh, update on my FMS 18. My steering servo died on that, so that sucks, and I have been trying to find a replacement, and that has not been easy. I don't know why. I know, like, it's my dog. Just shift it around this crate. There we go. Back front. Alright, and there we go. Be free. If you're just joining me, hello and welcome. I am Rodolfo, the Nerdy Puerto Rican, and I am upgrading the motor on my Axial SCX24 Base Camp from the stock brushed system to a brushless system. The Spectrum system to be exact. I'm just going to take these off for now. You know what? It's fine. Alright. That's why we got double-sided tape. See if I can just pull everything out. And if not, then I will take the skill clips off. So on the one that Crawlers did when he upgraded to the system that I'm putting in. The skid plates are actually like wrapped around like that, and it wasn't a base camp. It was a different axial SCX24. There's the front. Off we go. Be free. Okay, so that's that. Now I need to unscrew this. And once I unscrew this, then the motor should come out, and that and then the drive shaft should actually disconnect. So the reason I'm talking it through is because, number one, I'm like trying to not freak out that I'm breaking my truck, and also if you're new to the hobby and this is your first engine swap, I want you to know that it's totally common to be like, oh my god, I don't want to do anything because I don't want to break my truck. Yeah, no. I am... Yes, I'm going to have to take this off. Okay. Alright, so that's going to go there. We'll get more of these. So these skid plates that I got, they look cool. Because I love this this look. It looks like a step up for a real truck. However, they have these screws that stick up right here, so when I put the 2-in-1 in, like, it didn't sit flush, and I'm gonna have the same problem with ESC. So what I had to do was I had to double up on the double-sided tape to stick it on there, and it worked. You know, again, it's one of those things that you get into it and you're like, huh, this isn't working, and then you fiddle around and you're like, oh, okay, that'll do that. So, here we go. We are taking these screws off. Get down there. There we go. Right, that was all the screws. Yeah, I got 2 screws here. Yep. Okay. Cool. You know, it's funny, when I was putting these rails on, I wondered if these screws actually like screwed in to hold the motor together, or if they were just like not. Excuse me. All right, there it is. Excuse me. Chinese food. All right, there we go. Oh, it looks like all 4 of these. Well, all right. Let's unscrew the other side and let's see what happens. So now that I got all the technical issues out of the way, hopefully the music is playing, and hopefully I haven't been copywritten or whatever by YouTube. I mean, this is supposedly royalty-free music. I got it from Artlist. I pay for an Artlist subscription, which I would love one of these like YouTube gurus or whatever to do a comparison between Artlist and Epidemic Sound, because I know a lot of the YouTube guru people use Epidemic Sound, but I want to know exactly what the difference between Artlist and Epidemic Sound is. I would love to know that. That's gonna go here. I like setting my stuff in a way where when I put everything back together, it aligns, so like, you know, driver side, passenger side, driver side, passenger side. Hey, get off there. Front, back, and then these two are what goes right here. So, all right. Well, looks like this is coming up this way. Do I need to take? Are you not going to drop from the bottom? You're gonna. So, do I need to take this off? I need to take this off. Battery tray screws. I was hoping to get this done by midnight, and I was getting a lesson there, because I am getting through season 2. I've been enjoying it. Definitely like the whole thing that Okarun isn't just like, once he got Turbo Granny's powers, he hasn't just become this big like OP thing. Like, he still has limits that he has to train to like figure out how to overcome and whatnot. I really dig the Evil Eye character, and I forgot the dude that is possessed by the Evil Eye, but like I love that juxtaposition of he's such like a kind-hearted soul, but the Evil Eye is just like, I want to kill everything and everyone. Yeah, I dig it. I've been digging it. Alright. No, it's loose. She's loose. Alright, how to... Will you pop out now? Computer. No. Oh, okay. Alright, so the base camp, so it's actually these screws here, that screw onto this arm too, hold it in place. Wow, that's a lot. Shit. I mean, the nice thing is that all these body screws look like they're all the same size. So... okay, since your front screw, we'll put it here. Yeah, so all these screws are generally the same size. So like, I know, like, you know, the shock arms are the longer ones, and then the actual body screws are the smaller ones. So, and now, yep, there she goes. There she goes. Okay, looks like you don't have to unscrew this screw right here. Looks like this is the last screw to unscrew. Let us find out. Okay, there we go. There's a body mount screw right here. Okay, and we're going to put that right here. Now, there we go. Whew. That wasn't stressful at all. So there we go. There it is. The motor's out. Okay, before we go any further, I want to do the trick where I just wire like this. Shit. That fail. Alright, we'll do that later. There's a trick where these wires, they're long, so what you do is you coil them up around like a screwdriver or like pliers or whatnot, and then they'll stay as like a curly cue. Alright, here we go. Now, to take this off, so so this needs to come off. This needs to come off. So this part right here, that needs to come off because I need to access the motor screws, which are in here, which are in the motor casing. So this is being held in by a screw here and a screw here. Nope. All right, let's take this screw off first. And now I'm actually going to keep these screws on the light up surface. Oh, maybe it's just the one screw. Nope, it is this screw as well. So you got to take off this screw and this screw to get the motor cover off. Oh, I got a new subscriber, I guess. Thank you for the subscription. Woohoo! And thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying me fumble through this. Alright, so this is off. Yay! We're going to put that right there so we remember that where that is. Okay, now to get to your motor mount, you do need to take the spur gear off because the final piece of the puzzle is right there. So, to get the spur gear off, we need the 4mm socket wrench. Hold it. There we go. Goes there. Oh, and we need to take this off. We need to take this off because. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so this drivetrain, the screw's right there. And we're going to move that fussily. Okay. Move this thusly. Fussily. Come on, there we go. Alright. And now the spur gear comes off. I'm not nervous, you're nervous. Alright, now your motor screws are in the open. There they are. Alright, so we are going to unscrew this. Now the cool thing is that this motor is still technically good. So I can so to remove the motor mount screws, you need the 1.5mm hex. Everything else on the body was the 0.05, not these screws. So yeah, like as I was saying, this motor's actually still good, so I could reuse it on other projects, which I might do. See? Come on, baby. Okay, there we go. Whew. The motor's off. Check it out. Crazy. Crazy. Okay, so the motor's out. Woohoo! Alright, let's... Oh, it's an 88 turn motor. I didn't know that. Okay, good to know. Alright, so now... Excuse me. That's something else I've noticed since I started Monjaro. Is that I have been burping a whole lot more. Okay, so yeah, so the Spectrofirma BC fits nicely. The whole everything matches up nicely. So we will. Now, when he did the engine swap, he didn't put Loctite on these screws, and I'm wondering wait. Okay. Loctite hoe. Here we go. Okay, so the brushless motor's in there. First screw's in. Next screw. How's everyone doing out there, huh? We good? Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Loctite away. Okay. Second screw is in. I don't want to go fully tight because when I put the pinion gear on, I want to make sure that I have a good mesh. I guess it's not. Yeah, no, I guess we're good. Okay. So these screws, overall, you don't want to. One thing that you want to not do is over tighten screws on your kits. I have found screws like that screw into like the motor and whatnot is a little bit more forgiving. Now this spur gear that I'm going to put back on, definitely don't want to over screw, because you do that and everything goes tits up. sound of the men working on a chain. Yeah, yeah. Okay, here we go. Not too over tight. Not too over tight. Not too over tight. Okay, I think that's. I need to stop doing this. Alright. Alright, let's put this back on. Get on with it! Oh man, I've been meaning to do a review of the Dagnab Monty Python role-playing game. I have not been able to DM a game with it yet. So, oh shit, I gotta put this on first. Because I had two people that I was gonna play the Monty Python TTRPG with, but life got in the way, so we haven't been able to play. So, you know what? If you're interested in playing the Monty Python TTRPG and you're looking for a storyteller or a head of I forgot what the storyteller's called in that game. It's something funny. It's a funny acronym. But yeah, if you're looking for someone to do that, I am your someone. I would happily. DM that game for you. So. Man, I hope I didn't over-tighten that. Okay, you are done, so we're gonna go over here. Screw holes. Hello. Computer. So yeah, if you didn't know, there is an officially licensed Monty Python TTR tabletop role-playing game out there. It was kickstarted, it was fully funded, and man, who put it out? Exalted something. I can't remember the name of the company that put it out, but it is out, so definitely check it out. It is more a story-driven tabletop role-playing game, so if you're looking to roll a lot of dice to do a lot of damage and this, that, and the other, probably not the game for you. So, but if you're looking to make spam jokes and lewd comments on the side, a little British humor, definitely check it out. Hey guys, I did it. Okay, now this has got to go back in. So this has got to go back in. This goes like this. Alright. That is how that is going to sit. Okay, so. Ay, chihuahua. Okay. Everything's fine. I don't want to like go back and watch this live and be like, how does this, what, how do I do this? Because, okay, that goes like that. Okay, that goes like that. Okay, step one. That's in there. Okay, next. I want to... Address the axle. Hello, axle. Maybe. Come on, baby. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay. This one's still in. I'm still gonna stay up and watch Dan to Dan, by the way. It's like past midnight here in the NJ, and though I should probably go to bed because the boys will be up at there we go. That's the one I want. Yeah, because the boys get up at ass crack o'clock. Although the 6-year-old is starting to learn the pleasures of sleeping in. 2-year-old, not so much. Sometimes he sleeps until like 7. Most of the time he's up at like 6. Which is a pain in the ass. How does this... Flip it over, Rolfo. Yeah, because that's... Yes, that goes like that. That's So maybe I won't watch Dan Dan. I don't know. Jury's still out on that. We'll see. I have been drinking coffee. It's a Puerto Rican thing. A little cafecito at nighttime. Also the fact that I had this live to do factored into me myself making a little iced cafecito. Alright. I think we're getting there, team. I think we're getting there. Woohoo! Alright. This goes thusly. Yeah, I feel like the SCX24 that Cape Crawlers didn't have as many screws holding everything in. But then again, like actually I don't know if I mentioned that, but the one that he did was not a base camp, so that might be one of the big differences between the base camp and some of the other SCX24s is that this has a lot more screws all over the place. Although they all look, at least to me, they all look pretty much the same. Like they all have the same amount of screws and all that. Got a Q-depth. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what's happening. Hope y'all are liking the playlist. That was my big thing for the stream today, was get this playlist together. Do I have it? Oh, I got it. And I haven't got any messages that I'm muted or anything like that, so okay. Back's done. Alright, let's try to get the front done here. Oh my god. Stop. Come here. Come here, you. Come here, you. thinking I'm getting to the point that I need to upgrade this to metal, I think. But I don't know. We'll find out. I'm going to run this around with my brushless motor for a little bit and see if any of these arms break or if I notice any difference, and then I'll make that determination. You know, and again, like, I'm not doing like any competitions or anything like that, you know, so it's not like I'm just doing this because it's fun. Believe it or not, even though it's stressful to me. I mean, no, it's not stressful. This is actually really relaxing for me. Taking stuff apart, putting it back together, seeing if I like did it right, seeing what I did wrong. I like doing stuff like that. I don't know. Am I crazy? Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you a tinkerer? Do you like tinkering? Or are you a person that's like, it has to, you know, come apart and come back together like all in one shot and call it a day? It's like in surgery. So my oldest son actually went to a LARP this weekend in South Jersey. I don't know the name of it. I can't remember the name of it. I have to look at the text messages he's been sending me. It is a post-apocalyptic LARP though. And it's home-based just outside of Philly, so if you're in the South Jersey, Philly area, definitely, I'll put the name somewhere on the screen because, you know, I'll be releasing this as a video at some point. I got some other videos I gotta put out first, like my lunchbox assembly video for my timing lunchbox. Put that out. There's that video I want to do. There is just some run videos of my SCX24 and my FCX18 prior to upgrades that I want to put out. Some like some night runs. No, that's right. Those videos out, and they'll get out, you know. And I apologize if you came here previously to see like my Star Trek stuff and my other TTRPG stuff. Like I said, I'm taking a little bit of a hiatus from wrestling. Thinking maybe next week, picking it up again, and watching some shows. You know, it just like I had said in my previous live, when you watch a show to review it, as opposed to watching it to watch it is different. You know, when you watch it to review it, it feels like a job. So, I mean, technically my hiatus from Biconics is coming to an end. So, yeah. I'll be watching wrestling again. I just don't know if I'm going to be doing... Because that's something else too. Man, I went down the slippery slope of like watching those YouTube guru people, right, to like learn how to make your channel better. Because my main... I think I did it, y'all. Team, I did it. Look at that. Look at that. That's back on. Woo. Okay. That's on. I need 4 screws for this. Cool. Okay. Cool. Should be good. All right. So I've been watching those. How to get your channel to grow, because like I do this for fun. I'm not doing it. I'll be 100 with y'all. I'm not doing this to become like a big influencer or anything like that. I do it for fun. I've always loved Hollywood and creating films and the whole filmmaking and TV making process, right? So like, that's that. But it would be nice if I could get a few more views here and there. So, and trust me, everyone that subscribed to me, everyone that even watches me for a minute, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you all. And I just kind of want to spread that joy. And there we go. I really need a good hobby light for when I do this. But yeah, I think that's like any artist, right? Like, even though they're making art to make art, they still want their stuff to be seen by people. So, and that's where I'm at. I want my stuff to be seen and enjoyed by people. And if you know what though, like if it's not for you, that's fine. I dig it. So I went down the slippery slope and watching the YouTube gurus and how to make your channel grow and this, that, and the other, and they're all like, I'm in that phase of not paring down, niching down, as I get dirt all over my nose. So that's why there hasn't been as much like other like TTRPG content and review content of like Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Like there's a new season of Strange New Worlds. Also, I can't watch Star Trek without my partner, or else I will get in trouble. So, yeah. So that weighs on me too. But the other thing too is I like starting the RC hobby. I've been really just loving it. I think I don't know how I can't remember how much I got into it in my first life, but I have always wanted to do this hobby. I've always loved like remote control things. I just have always been, to be honest, I've always been told I was dumb, and I wasn't smart enough to do it. And you know, the only thing that I could do was pick heavy things up and put them down, right? And now, like, that I have the ability to actually do the thing, I'm doing the thing, and I'm having a great time. And, you know, like, it's still early. I don't want to, like, jinx anything, but, like, I really feel like this is my passion. This, wrestling, and tabletop role-playing games. I don't know how I'm gonna meld that into a successful YouTube channel, but you know, right now my remote control stuff is like bringing me a lot of joy, and it's also easier for me to create and to get out. Oh, I did it! God, yeah! I did it! Ooh, okay, calm. I still gotta plug everything in and see if everything works. We still have a little ways to go here. Still have a little ways to go. Okay, so. Chill the fuck out. Okay. I swear. I know. Shh. Everything's fine. Alright. How to... Because before I start putting all this stuff back together, and it's hard to get to, I want to start to try to clean wires up to kind of make it look like I kind of sort of know what I'm doing. Kind of. Ew. That's terrible. Alright, let's rock it. It is what it is. Okay. It's just gonna come. I actually might be able to wrap this around like this. So I should still be able to reach. Hang on one second. Let's pull up some of the slack. Okay, actually, let's screw this on first, and then we will futz around with that. So yeah, the RC content is just, it's easier for me to make, and I really enjoy it. I really love running the cars. The filming, not to spoil too much, but you know, I got some new smaller cameras coming, like GoPro style cameras, so I'm excited to play with that, you know. But yeah, it just like, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it, y'all. So, you know, so like I said, if you came here for the other nerdy content, I apologize that I have been slacking on that. I will get back to it. I promise. I will get back to the wrestling content again. I promise. I'm just like really digging what I'm doing right now. And what is it that I'm doing right now? I'm trying to figure out how to run this wire so that it's. Or maybe I'll just. Yeah, I think I'll just zip tie it. Yeah, I'll just. Yeah. I'll just do that. Okay. No extra pieces. Ooh boy. I'm like doing it, y'all. I'm doing it. is a frame. That is a C frame. Alright, so what are you mumbling, Adolfo? I will tell you in 1 second. Just trying to get the battery tray to screw on the right way. There we go. Yep, we got it. Okay, cool. Alright, so you can't really see, but let me see if I can get it good. Alright, there we go, there we go. Alright, so this right here is the vehicle's frame, okay? And if you see, it's not like a solid piece. There's a little gap in there. It's a C, right? And at least to my knowledge, this is what's known as a C frame, because it's a C, and then everything kind of like slides in there. You have other frames where they're not C frames, where they're not C frames, they're just flat, and then you like screw and bolt everything. I believe the C frames add, well, I know that anytime you fold metal, that adds structural integrity, so I believe that's why they went with the C frame. Yeah. Again, if you are more knowledgeable in RCs, please correct me. I am still learning, and I want to learn. I will happily. Oh, I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. Okay, I see a little bit clipping. I see it clipping a little bit there, but it's not crazy. I changed the motor! Alright, I can't get ahead of myself. I haven't plugged the battery in and actually got this thing to work yet, so I need to chill out. I need to chill. Right now, it just looks like I know what I'm doing. Okay, cool. It curly cued. You see how? So you see how I wrapped it around this tight, and then it curly cued like that. There we go. That's what I've been trying to get all night long with these wires, is for them to curly cue like that. Okay. All right, here we go. So, now we gotta plug. Okay, this is simple because these are all color coded. So, blue goes to blue. Boom. Yellow goes to yellow. Yellow, boom, and orange goes to orange. Okay, cool. this plugs into the motor. I forgot to plug that in the motor. Holy. I think I gotta pull everything apart. Oh man. Wait, no, the plug's right there. Nope, the plug's right there. I think I should be able just to get that. Good. It's okay, y'all. I just have to take this part off. I just have to take the battery off. It's fine. I don't have to pull everything off. I thought that. Let me take this off and I'll show you all what happened, what transpired. Maybe I'll just put the ESC on the battery tray. So the whole reason I put the ESC on the battery tray was A, to drop the weight down a little bit, so I had a lower center of gravity, and also because they're not on, but I actually have fog lights that plug in here, which I love, but when I move the ESC, no, that's the wrong screw. Pay attention. This is the screw I wanted. I almost fully unscrewed this. So anyway, so unfortunately the plug for the fog lights, the cable is short. I have to contact the vendor that I got them from to see if they sell an extension, which I think they do. But I really don't have that to worry about that right now, so I could just mount the ESC here. I could just mount the ESC up here. Because again, like these bolts that stick out, just make it annoying. Not even that much of a pain, it's just kind of annoying. Alright, there we go. Alright, so, the reason why, so if you look right here on the motor, this white plug right here, let's see if I can get closer. So this white plug right here, this on the ESC right here, that this plugs in there, and I didn't plug it in because I got so excited that I forgot to plug it in. But I'm gonna plug it in now. Maybe. This one, to plug in this one. All right. Okay. So now the ESC is fully plugged into the brushless motor. Yeah, I think I'm just going to save myself agita and just remount the ESC and the 2-in-1 on the battery tray. I'm gonna put it back on and just mount it on the battery tray. Because I feel like I'm doing good with weight, especially with these added. I feel like I'm doing good with the weight down low. And I can always get like brass for my portals and you know, all that stuff too. So if I feel it's necessary. Like right now, I don't think it's necessary. I don't feel that it's necessary. To be honest, like the next upgrade I'll probably do is the shocks. Like I said before, I don't like. I'm still like, about the oil fill shocks. I fully understand that you get a smoother ride. I just for the crawling that I do, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could always just get them, put them on, see what I think, and then like if I don't like them, I can just put these back on. You know, I will say those oil-filled shocks look really fracking cool. And I love the colors that they come in. Because, let's be honest, like, the color, come on. You can't get really fully into this hobby, right, and not tell me that the looks of your rig doesn't matter to you. I think that's a falsehood. Alright, I'm going to screw this one in first then. F you. You know, I definitely went with a color scheme with this. It really started with when I got the green beadlock tires. I was like, yeah, I want green, and I want green accents on the pink. I think that would look really fracking cool. And so far, I've been able to find the things, and been working out, which has been making me happy. Just because for some reason this one just keeps wanting to push away. Stop pushing away from me. Love me. Love me. You two were meant to be together. I need a light. I need a better light. By the gods, I need a light. Alright. Let's see if we can... Hold that like that. So while I've been on, it looks like my son texted me. It looks like they had a great time at the LARP tonight. I just saw like little dribs and drabs. Looks like he said they did final battle, which is cool. That's definitely one thing I want to try to get back into, is LARPing. That is how my partner and I actually met, and that's where we got married, was at LARP. Because we're heathens like that. Just put that like that. Now we can, yeah. We'll just do that. I dig it. Okay, so now the battery's gonna plug in here. And now so now we are playing the game of how is this gonna go so that everything jives. I think this, because then I have open access to all those channels to plug everything in. Stick that like that. Could do that. Battery. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, let's put you here for 1 second. I need to go fetch Skis Wars, because double-sided tape. Okay, I'll be right back. Not going far. Oh, that's... Huh, I just found a bad banana, and I was wondering, where the hell are these little fruit flies come from? They're coming from the banana that's been sitting there for a week too long. Okay. Boop. Alright, so this double-sided tape we can take off. Yeah. Alright. So double-sided tape sticks better with a clean surface. So they say. Alright, so I'm gonna mount this like this. Right? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. But we also look at make sure the body fits with the ESC there. Just that. Because I think if I went further back, then it wouldn't be... So, what I'm trying to make sure is that everything stays in this little groove, because this, the bed portion of it, you run out of space. No, I should be good though. If I put the EC, yeah, okay, cool. All right, cool. Yeah, because then the body wouldn't sit right and look verkakt. And no one likes a verkakt. You see. Trim. That right. If anyone knows a better way to peel the double-sided tape off, or the one film side of the double-sided tape off, please shoot a message in the comments, because by gods, I feel like every time I try to put double-sided tape on, I have to wrestle with it. I'm gonna go get my hobby knife, actually. I will be right back. My exact knife. I will be right back. Yet again, I should have been prepared. How dare you not be prepared? Awful. Terrible. Demerits. Come on. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. You stay on. Ah. Of course, I trimmed my fingernails today. All days when I actually need fingernails to do stuff. Like, seriously, this is the second time since I've cut, no, actually like the third or fourth since I cut my fingernails that I was like, wow, I really wish I had fingernails. No, to keep myself from biting my fingernails, because I'm a fingernail biter. Oh my god, just pop off. There we go. Whew, I feel like that was a lot harder than it should have been. Okay, I don't want to F this up. Okay, I said I'm going to go this way. Okay, plug in there. Beautiful. Okay, so now oh god, I always don't know how to plug these damn things in. It's so annoying. Okay, steering. ESC we're going to stick right here. Do I want to do be a cool kid and do like that? I'm going to be a cool kid and put the ESC up like that. Yeah. Because it'll make it look like I know what the hell I'm doing. Spoilers, I don't. Shh. But I came to this channel thinking that you knew what you were doing. Did I fool you? Don't cut the electrical wires. That would suck. Man, if I cut one of the electrical wires, yeah, actually, it might have seen me cry just then. I am not a man that's above crime. I haven't cried in a while, actually. I should probably do that. I mean, and I've been stressed too with everything going on. Like, I know everyone else is stressed, but like, you know, I've had a past where I have been taught to, you know, keep those emotions down, just like keep burying them and burying them and burying them, which is not the healthy thing to do. You do need to let those emotions out, and you know, you do need to speak your emotions through. You need to cry. You need to, you know, so that way it doesn't manifest itself in more severe negative ways in your life. So you know what? If you feel like you gotta cry, go ahead and cry. It's fine. I don't care what those morons say. Oh, it's not Spanish. Blah, 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 blah. Son, I got more on my man card than you could ever imagine. So, yeah, that was a 1 in the morning thought process. Yikes. Sorry, didn't mean to go there. That was my bad. I apologize. Whew. But the nice thing is we are almost getting to the end of this, which is awesome. Alright, actually I think we are at the end of this. Whew. Alright, no, this plugs into the motor. Alright. That goes there. This is the battery now. Oh. Well, moment of truth, everybody. I'm just gonna plug this in and see what happens. If this blows up in my face, give me a thumbs up. Because nothing gets more views than getting yourself nearly killed. This goes like this, this goes like this, yes. Alright. I'm just going to take this off because this should make a... No. Okay. I plugged something incorrectly. Sensors on. Get the fuck out. I think it did it. I think I did it, y'all. Wow. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. No worries. No worries. Oh, wait. Does this even need to be on anymore? Well, alright, let's unplug this. Alright, so we know the steering works. Come on, baby. Okay, the steering works. Oh shit. I got two beeps. That steering. I did the thing, y'all. Why is it so tricky? Oh, please don't tell me that. Alright, I did it, but I think the spur gear might be on too tight. Maybe? Inverse. Yeah, I think the spur. Maybe. So I'm questioning why it's chugging like that. And I have it like on full throttle too. just for hoo-ha's. This is fine. I'm gonna have to research that. Yeah, so when I log... Yeah, so when I log off, I'll look at that. I'll look that up real quick to see. But, like, when I'm not... So it's bound. I feel like... That's fine. But when we actually get it on the ground, see it? Move this stuff out of the way. But when we actually get it on the ground, it's like really chuggy. Should be that chuggy. Interesting. Wonky. Oh yeah, that's coming off. Let's put that tire back on. Alright, at any rate. Alright, so I did it. I swapped my engine. Huzzah. Yeah, alright. So we're gonna unplug this. Cool. I did the thing, y'all. Woohoo! Alright. So there we go. It's gonna suck if I gotta pull everything out to make sure that that's not too tight, but it is what it is. That's fine. Yeah, last thing I just want to show you all is, like, as I was talking about earlier, like, this is the light kit I got. Oh man, I forgot the vendor, but if you see, they 3D printed braces that this just kind of the lights just go into, and they actually pop in well. I super glued them and taped them in just to, you know, double short, but I didn't have to do that. Like the back's not like that, and it you know, because of the brace it stays well. So actually, let me plug this in so I can show off everything. My throttle's been... Why is my throttle so fine? Maybe that's why? Let's... Hiya. just have to move wires out of the way. Okay, so let's plug. Alright, got a good bind. Body back on. Shuffle the wires underneath. Okay, yeah, so check it out. Those lights. Yeah, I know it's hard to see because of these lights, but let me actually see if. Yeah, no, it's fine. I had the steering trim, for some reason I had it at 75. Why? I don't know. Well, it's still a little coggy. Not as much though. Cool. Let's see how we do with sleep. Yep. That's what's up. Did the thing. Yeah, nope. I think that's what it was. I had it on 75 for whatever reason. That was causing it to chug, chug, chug. Okay. I did it. I did it. I'm stoked. Alright. Cool. Oh my lord. Oh my. Alright, let's unplug this. Y'all? Yeah, I gotta figure out. I gotta like zip tie these together. But you know what? That's a after stream thing. That's an after stream thing. Did the thing. Y'all saw, did the thing. So thank you for joining me in this very successful stream. If you actually stayed and watched the whole thing, thank you so much. I hope that the payoff was worth it. I'm super stoked. I'm excited to get this out tomorrow onto my crawler course, which I need to take a video of the new location of the crawler course. Yeah, that's it. And tomorrow I gotta test this one out too. See how he does on the crawler course. Very interesting. Very interesting. So, yeah, I mean, look at the size of the difference on the wheels. Yikes! Even the stock wheels on the axle is bigger. I wonder why they did that. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, I'm excited to see how this runs tomorrow. So. And then we'll see if... I'm going to watch some videos tonight. We'll see what do if I upgrade the tires, if that'll really affect the steering circle and the engine much. At least right now, I'm really not feeling doing a lot to this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I did it with this, y'all. I did it. I did it. I did it. I'm so stoked. Come here. Where's that thing? Boom. Boom. New engine. Bam. So, mi gente, gracias for joining me on this stream. It was a pleasure. I hope that you all have a great wherever you are. And yeah, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, pay attention to the pay attention to my channel. My Vanessa's Lunchbox. video will be coming out, and then the ride videos will be coming out. I'll be doing a video for my trail runner. I'll be doing some run videos with my new brushless system, run video for this. And yeah, maybe towards the end of the month we'll do another live. I don't know. You know, if you like this live, please chime in the comments and let me know. I would love to hear your feedback. Honestly, I want to grow doing this, so please feedback away. But until next time, y'all stay good, stay healthy, and hablamos luego.